Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And guys, today I want to spill the beans on a lot of the fake stuff I've seen within the crypto community the last couple of days. Let me point out one thing real quick. I honestly believe that the majority of the fundamentally juicy cryptos that we hold and talk about on this channel, that all of them will be making an all-time high this year. I honestly believe XRP, Bitcoin, VeChain, even Ethereum, Matic, a lot of these coins are just fundamentally so good. They're gonna do well. They're gonna really do well if you ask me. Again, not financial advice, but you guys get my drift. Now today, I want to spill some of the secrets that some of these guys are not telling you all about. For some reason, I'm noticing there's such a disconnect between what people are saying, what they are doing, and what sounds logical because of the actuality, like the fundamentals. Let me tell you guys a couple of things. So first of all, I often have meetings, and in a lot of these meetings, there are people with hundreds of millions of dollars. And what I've really noticed is that a couple of these people, these high net worth individuals, were literally talking to me about how they're selling their entire crypto portfolio worth, or they're slowly backing out over the last couple of weeks and they're trying to keep that up. I looked into it. I'm like, why? Why? And they all base it upon one single thing, which is, well, Bitcoin keeps going down lower. The fear is getting higher. It's not a good time. And I just kind of get it, that they're trying to say there's a lot of fear, but I also don't because of everything I've shown you guys throughout these last couple of weeks. One thing I got to show you all is, if you ask me what exactly is bringing the Bitcoin price or the crypto prices in general down, I would say it's not because of an inflation. It's not because of some generic fear which comes out of nothing. It's the stock market. Now, why is that falling? Obviously because of all these Fed announcements that's coming out. And we have seen before that it's a one-to-one. Negative Fed announcements, negative inflation announcements, and negative meaning like there's a high inflation. These are negative for the stocks, which are also negative for crypto. And even though inherently they should have this little inverse correlation going on, it's not the way it goes just quite yet. And I want to kind of take that a little step further. All right, right now I'm seeing every single place around the world show the same type of signs of a crazy inflation. Here, look at the CPI in the Netherlands, 6.4%. It basically indicates right now inflation is soaring. The same basket of goods this year is 6% relatively higher to basically purchase. And things are changing, things are happening rapidly. So, and I had this talk as well within my meeting, right? What are we going to go for? Are we going to go for like cashing out our crypto to fiat then? Think about this one. Think about this properly. What are you going to cash out to? Fiat? Well, fiat literally got down 6% in a freaking year. So is that good then? Is that safe? Is that what you want? Is that the best? Obviously, that's not the best thing, because if inflation is causing stocks and crypto to go down, and your best bet is because things are going down to go into an asset which is certainly going down, which doesn't even have any option of going up, I don't know. It doesn't really sound like a smart investment idea for me. So there's a couple of things which I'm working on. And guys, I want you to listen carefully. One is I'm looking into the best methods to get money on whatever crypto we have. I'm looking heavily into all staking methods, and I'll be sharing a couple on my channel and a couple over on Patreon for the ones that take some more effort. But generally speaking, I'm trying to get the majority of all of y'all into whatever I can do, because at the end of the day, you guys feel like my family, you know? If I'm doing good, I want you guys to do good. And if y'all are doing good, make sure you keep me updated on what the best, latest trends are, so I can spread it more love, more to the people, so to speak. Now, having said that also, I just found out there's a lot of BS going on. Like, look at this. Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. You can't look at the number and extrapolate and say, oh yeah, so this number basically means that crypto is doing bad or is going to do bad in the future. There's no correlation. There's no connection between these two things. It's not like a cause and reaction. It doesn't work like that. Fear could literally mean that there's a crazy pump happening, because from the perspective of, look at how it basically works here, right? Fear and Greed Index. Right now, we had one of the higher prices for Bitcoin ever. People still look at it as if it's like a disgustingly low price, which is kind of funny. But one of the key points here is that you can see right now the fear is at 10. And very often when the fear is this low, there's a crazy bull market afterwards. Why? Guys, look at macroeconomics. I've talked to you guys about this 1,000 freaking times before. Conjunctural, if that's a nice way to say it in English, switches basically. Every single time that people don't think is going to change around, it changes around. Right now, the majority of the people are fearful. They're doubtful, which basically means there's a really high chance that those guys with the big freaking bucks, not my $100 million, $500 million friends, no, I'm talking the guys with the billions of dollars, are going to turn this little wheel around. I can put up here 1,001 articles of people just talking about how crypto is going to expand or how some caught up for this crash. Most of these guys have a bigger narrative. Let's look at the real numbers. Fear, crazy. Then again, the underlying fundamentals are only getting better. Look at this. PayPal, for example, is showing here signs considering launching its own crypto. We also have this on a different end. More banks, and we also talked about this before, right? When a couple of these, Anthony Pompliano, I'm not sure exactly which of these guys it actually was. Maybe it was like a Goldman Sachs or so. No, it was Sam Bankman-Fried, I think. Whatever. Some of those bigger guys in the crypto space with a lot of authority, they've also said the majority of hedge fund founders and whatever they speak to want to involve themselves with crypto. And if they don't want to, they're most likely going to be left behind. It is the truth right now. Banks will get into it. In Germany, we've already seen a huge amount of expansion in that regard. But I think all over the world is going to happen piece by piece. 2022 is going to be a crucial year because obviously in the US, they're also going to have to make some proper rules for it. And as of this point, rules in the US might look kind of scary. But if you kind of think about it from the perspective that the Ripple case is going to settle, a lot of other crypto cases are going to settle because of that one case. They're going to get some massive conclusions being drawn. Ripple is going to be an integral and key part of crypto adoption over in the US, even though you might disagree. It's facts. Again, not financial advice, not legal advice, my own thoughts and my facts. Maybe I should make that clear. It's not officially fact, my own facts. And I think a lot of you guys will agree with it, though. And again, from the sense that a lot of banks are getting into this year, you might see a lot of volatility. And even the guys from Andreessen Horowitz are saying, yeah, we can't go lower, we can't see a lot of volatility. It's possible. Right now, I will honestly tell you guys, if we're looking at the Bitcoin price, right? Let's look at it from this chart. Let me see the perfect chart here. Which one is it? Let's zoom out for a little second. Let's take a look at this real quick, the hourly. We can definitely look at Bitcoin and say, well, we've had a couple of bearish breakouts. Right now it happened again. We're doomed, right? We should go short right here. We're doomed. It's over. But honestly, it's all only looking at the prices. And I'm honestly not so sure if I trust the fundamentals of crypto more than I trust the price. It's a hard little way off to make. We can definitely say the head and shoulder pattern has fulfilled itself, and so we're going to fall, quite a significant ways downwards as well. We can definitely say, okay, we're facing a double bottom here over at our previous September prices for Bitcoin. You can say a lot of these different things. But at the end of the day, right now, in terms of RSI on the daily, it's also showing a lot of low signs, showing a nice little buying opportunity. That's besides the point more so, though. That the fundamentals are really bullish. The price action is doing really bearish. It's a risky period. A lot of volatility in the coming weeks. A lot of signs which show that the price should be skyrocketing here, as it just doesn't make a lot of sense for things to come down from any fundamental perspective. But then again, as we've seen with a lot of these contrarians here, there's a lot of people betting against it. A lot of people betting because they make a lot of money when things go down. And there's also some people who just like to appease you or appeal to you, whatever direction it goes, where they say they're sugarcoating whatever happens. We're not sugarcoating anything. We want to make some freaking money in crypto. I think the majority of you guys want it too. And we know crypto is the freaking future. If you don't believe crypto is the future, get out of my chat. All right, we can't talk one-to-one. This is like a baseline for having a normal conversation, that you believe in the power of crypto. And the fact that digital assets in the way that we see them now is just the start of how it's going to get, but it's going to be the standard. Eventually, it's going to be literally everywhere, if you ask me. I feel like I sound like a crazy guy for speaking to you guys like that, but I honestly believe it so far to my core. So I sometimes get so confused when people are so bearish or so negative. Oh, we're going to be in a bearish period for years more to come. Oh, we're going to... Usually, a bearish period comes just after some crazy euphoria. We haven't seen the euphoria phase just quite yet. And you'll most likely know when things are going to go down, because at that point, people will say, it can never go down again. I'm not saying it's going to never go down. I'm saying we most likely go down after the most bullish period, after things are too unbelievably good. People are making the craziest returns left to right. Hasn't happened. Right now, a big shift towards the downside is not logical. It's more so in a period right now where people are all thinking, oh, we're going to go down, that we actually boost upwards. Very often, it's exactly the contradictory move to what the majority of people believe. Right now, we've had a couple of big downturns. A couple of people have gotten their rights of saying, oh, we predicted the short. I think they're going to get crushed, guys. I honestly think they're going to get crushed, but we shall see, all right? Every fundamental is pointing towards the upside. If you have a long position open, or you're just thinking in the same sense that I am, that we should just be going up, it's because it's the more logical direction of where we should be going. A lot of people got liquidated. A lot of people were taken out of the positions right now, which I call manipulation, or just calling the normal order of crypto markets because they follow stocks. But generally speaking, I think the logical direction is upwards. And again, it might be with a couple of dips more. It might even show us that it's going to make a lower low than what we saw right here, just to tease people. But it's going to be a bear trap, I think. My thoughts, my honest thoughts. I don't believe in a bear market just now. I was almost tempted, but I don't believe in it. I can't believe in it. And sorry if I sound like a crazy guy to you, But this is just my honest opinion, and deal with it, my friends. Crypto's not going anywhere. If you think crypto's going to make you lose money or something like that, okay, don't go with it then. But I'm honestly keeping it in, and I'm looking for the best methods to make money on the crypto we already have, because it's where you're going to sell to. Something which is certainly going to depreciate. Better go into real estate or some of them, but you can always do that. Even if you are, a big crypto investor, you can always look for some secondary options and whatnot. So, yeah, diversification is key. Never trust everything into one asset class. I always keep some fiat to buy dips and just to be kind of, I don't know, just always have that. But I also go for, I guess, the watches. I'm now looking a little bit into real estate because you guys have said it so much, but I'm not really a real estate type of guy. I'm more so looking into staking right now, but I'll tell you guys more about that when I have the best options. I'm looking into it right now. I'll get you guys another update pretty soon on what exactly I am going to be doing. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more of these videos, and adios amigos.